Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or all my live feeds, simply take what resonates and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Happy Saturday, December 10th. We are making our way through the Christmas season, getting closer and closer. Good morning, everybody coming in. Yay! I'm very excited. I thought I would come on today and talk about spirit animals. I had my own little experience this morning with a spirit animal, and I thought, ooh, what a good topic to chat about on a Saturday morning. So I woke up this morning with a very strong awareness of a crow. I heard it while I was sleeping. I kind of woke up to it. And when I woke up, I couldn't hear it anymore. And I kind of listened and I thought, no, it's not coming from outside. And I made my way through, part of my morning here. And I kept having this awareness of a crow. So let's talk about spirit animals. So there's a few things here on this topic. Excuse me. Spirit animals can be part of our spirit council. And the spirit dimensions often communicate with us through spirit signs, through animals. They can come to us in dreams. We may see an animal frequently, and often there is a message in that as well. So there are two different components to spirit animals. One, they can be on our spirit council, like I said, and number two, we can receive messages from the spirit dimensions from animals. There are some signs from our deceased loved ones that also come in the form of an animal. There are some very common ones, but they're not limited to. Cardinals are a spirit sign from a deceased loved one. Butterflies, hummingbirds are also very common. And I always say to people, if you feel that a specific animal is a sign from a deceased loved one in the spirit dimensions, trust that. Now, I keep my awareness all the time to what spirit's trying to tell me, whether it be loved ones in the spirit dimensions or angels and guides or or animals that are on my spirit council. Good morning, everyone coming in. Good morning. Good morning. So, what I do is when I start to notice that there's a specific animal or a bird that's around me, I kind of lean into that a little bit. And I think, okay, does it feel like someone from the spirit dimensions trying to reach me? No. Not this morning. So the crow, I couldn't get it out of my awareness. So what I did was I use a book. It's by Dr. Stephen Farmer, and it's called Pocket Guide to Spirit Animals. So I thought I would do a little bit of that this morning with you. And if you want to put in a text an animal that you're seeing quite a bit, I'll look up the message for you. I'm also going to try and tap into spirit animals that may be on your spirit council for those of you who are here. So this morning when I was hearing this crow, I looked it up in my lovely little pocket guide to spirit animals. It's impossible for me to memorize the entire book, so it's okay to look them up, right? It's very much okay to look them up. So the message for me with the crow this morning is you're on the verge of manifesting something you've been working toward for a while. Be very watchful over the next couple of days for any clear omens or signs that will guide you and teach you. Expect a big change very soon. You've noticed something that's out of balance or injustice that hasn't been addressed, and it's important to speak up about it. You're about to get a glimpse into future events that affects you directly. So when I read that, the entire thing doesn't have to resonate with you, but I'll tell you right now, I have been working very hard on manifesting something very big that I want to do in my life, something that I want, and I have been asking spirit to help me to achieve this manifesting. So that manifesting piece is huge for me. And I think I needed that this morning, that message, because sometimes when we're manifesting things, we kind of sit and is it ever going to come? And I want it now. And I want it now. So for me, that manifesting piece in this message from the crow is a message from spirit saying, keep up, keep in there, hang in there with the manifesting. Manifesting is a big part of what I do spiritually. I have a little altar that I put things on that I want to manifest. I will write it out. I will, visualize that happening in my life. I trust that if I'm meant to have it for my highest good, it's coming. So the message for me this morning is you're on the verge of that. And I got quite excited because it's very delicious what I would like to do. And I'm very excited about that. Expect big change soon. This would be a huge change, huge change. You've noticed something that's out of balance or injustice. I That piece hasn't resonated with me yet, but I keep my awareness open. All right. So that was the message for me. So from the crow this morning. And that message meant a lot because like I said, sometimes when we are manifesting, we can get kind of sidetracked or discouraged is probably a really good word. On is this ever gonna happen for me? Am I on the right track? So I love that message from the crow this morning. So thank you very much to the crow for coming into my awareness. Good morning to all you coming in. So let's see if you would like me to tap into excuse me, either a spirit animal or if you've been that's on your spirit council, or if you would like me to look up one, I'd be happy to do that. So let me just see. I think something like a phoenix, or how it is called, a bird with long feathers. So the phoenix, I'll look that up for you, Joy. It is in this book. I have read the phoenix a few times. So the phoenix, so this is for Joy. So the message from the phoenix, Joy, is get ready for a significant change, one that's built upon an idea that you've previously discarded. Let go of which no longer serves your highest good, and do whatever it takes in order to allow the vision that has been emerging in your consciousness to manifesting again. No matter the darkness that has befallen you until now, trust that relief is on the way and something much better is germinating and will soon find itself known. You may have to make some sacrifices and compromises in your usual lifestyle in order to gain treasures that await you. Pay close attention to the cycles of life, death, and rebirth all around you, particularly in the rhythms of the natural world, and learn from them. Light and fires of passion in your heart by light the fires and passions in your heart by singing and chanting. Ooh, I love that. So this one, I'm pulled to this one phrase here, Joy. Pay close attention to the cycles of your life, death and rebirth all around you. That leans into what needs to fall away from you. It doesn't mean that there's going to be death around you. It means that there can be death of a cycle and rebirth. So have a sit with what needs to kind of fall back in your life and allow new things to come in, rebirth, new versions of you, new things coming. That was a great one. Well, Lana, what is my spirit animal? Well, I'm going to lean in here with you with a spirit animal from your spirit council. So more of a guide versus a message from a spirit animal. Well, I'm really pulled with a big white wolf walking on your right side. This wolf likes to guide you with a forward momentum. I really feel that there is a lot of protection. Wolves bring a lot of protection from our spirit council, but I also feel, well, that this wolf is encouraging you to wander. Sometimes we need to wander on our own, spending a little bit of time on your own. I really feel that very important from this wolf. He's showing me that you just need some time to kind of like explore things on your own. It can be just literally, 10 minutes by yourself. It doesn't have to be great time frames, but I feel that there's some exploring within you that you kind of need to tap into and venture off on your own. He's also asking you to lean into trusting yourself, but also having a little bit more trust on those who are around you, kind of like in your own pack, to lean in a little bit there with your tribe and just to kind of allow a little bit of support there, because I feel sometimes you kind of lean out or don't feel that it's there. The other thing with this wolf is he's telling me that you need to start asking more for guidance and support and help from the spirit dimensions, from the angelics. You just need to kind of like ask this wolf to come with you, give him a name. Literally, I've said this a few times on the channel. I literally open my vehicle door and let them in. Please come with me. Please come with me and guide me and help me. I feel like you need to lean into a little bit of that, a little bit more. I hope that you found that helpful. Well, Camilla, when I just lost it. Camilla, when I was a little kid, I had this imaginary friend that was a wolf. I would sort of feel her. As I've gotten older, I've always wondered if it was more of an imaginary friend. Camilla, I get a hard no on that. It was not imaginary friend. When you quite often children will see their own spirit guides. They will see other people's spirit guides. I feel very connected here with this wolf, Camilla, that this is and a spirit guide that is still currently with you. Our spirit guides do change. I call it a staff change. Sometimes we get one that stays with us our entire journey, and then other spirit guides come and go. And Camilla, with this wolf, I really feel that if you were to just lean in slightly, you would still be very aware of that presence. And just kind of building up that trust muscle with your spirit council. I feel like I've got to give you that. I feel like when I connect there with you, I just feel a little bit dizzy. I feel like I'm just a little uncertain as to where I am in all this. And I just have to get you to kind of lean in there. And you know what? You don't even have to share with people that you're talking to a wolf. Because some people will say, well, what if I'm making this up? What if it's all in my imagination? When you kind of lean in there and just kind of trust, incredible things start to happen when we work with our spirit guides and when we work with our spirit animals. Kathy's asked me to look up the blue heron, so I can look that one up for you, Miss Kathy. All right, Kathy. You've approached the opportunity before at a leisure pace, but now it's time to grab it and go for the gusto. By meeting this challenging situation head on, you'll discover that you have some powerful gifts and skills that you were unaware of. If one way isn't working, try another and don't get stuck on any single approach. Take time for self-examination, reflecting dispassionately on your goals, motivations, actions, feelings, strengths, and limiting beliefs. Only you know what's best for you. So follow your inner wisdom and guidance rather than dictates and pressures from others. That's a very powerful message. Spend a day or two with no plans or agenda, guided only by your intuition, whether a day of activity, quiet reflection, or a combination. Take full responsibility for your thoughts, feelings, and actions rather than blaming them on others or life circumstances. Remember, the entire message does not all have to resonate, but there should be a piece in there. Piece of that message should be like, oh yeah, that one sentence just struck a chord for me. So I hope that resonates with you, Kathy. Mila, I have a question also. Who is my spirit animal? Camilla, oh, sorry, where was that one? So Mila, sorry, I have a question. Who is my spirit animal? I just need to kind of lean in there. When I pause, it's because I'm having a lean in and a listen. Camilla, I'm really feeling a presence of a big bear around you. I feel like this bear is fairly new. And I feel like this bear is really trying to bring in a message for you to, especially over these winter months, to give yourself time to rest. And that can be mindfulness rest, like just resting your mind, giving yourself a chance to have those quiet moments. I also feel sometimes you just need to curl up and have a little bit of a retreat within. I keep getting pushed within, like a little bit of a hibernation within. I'm also feeling with this bear, he keeps saying, don't walk with your head down, get your head up. So for me, that's just a little bit of worthiness stuff. You are so worthy, Mila, of having that head up, of you're worthy of great things. And you're worthy of that self-love piece. You're worthy of that understanding. This bear is also talking a lot about grace, of giving yourself grace. And sometimes that is a big piece for all of us. We tend not to give ourselves that grace or that permission or that stillness. That's what that bear is bringing you at this moment. Joy, that makes so much sense. It's spot on. Yeah, the messages in the spirit animal book are always spot on. I use this book when I'm teaching with my mentoring students to kind of be able to trust what they feel from animals. Camilla, I see butterflies a lot. And whenever I do, I think it's my dear cat that passed away in 2020. Somehow it does not feel random to me. Spirit signs like that don't feel random. And when we kind of lean into our awareness as to who it is, we're right. That's who it is. I always say to people when they say, I keep seeing a cardinal and I feel it's my dad. Do you think it is? And I always say, if you feel it's connects to that person or that animal, then lean in there and trust that. Spirit works relentlessly to bring us signs to let us know that they're with us. I know there's a little fox as part of my council. Would love to know what else there is. Romina, I'm just having a feel in there. Romina, I keep seeing a forest in the spring with a lot of little baby animals. I see quite a few. I see a baby squirrel. I see a baby chipmunk. I see a baby bunny. And when I kind of lean in there for the message, what each and every one of them is saying is the exact same thing. I need to get you more playful. I need to kind of get you looking through the eyes of little baby animals and how playful they are and how carefree they are. I keep getting pushed to give you that you kind of have to lean in there with a little bit more playfulness. That, when you watch little baby animals, they are so cute and they are so spunky and they are so playful. And that's the vibration that's your spirit animals are really trying to insert right now, with almost like, how you look at things. I need to kind of lean you into that vibration of what is going on that is fun and carefree around me. So I don't know if the world is really serious around you, or if you're having a lot of experiences, or if you're just kind of more of a serious person. But I have to give you that spunk, that little baby spirit animals bring, that cuteness, that vibration of new adventure and learning. I hope that resonates with you, Nisa. I love to find out my spirit animal, any message from them. I love this topic. So Nisa, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little bit different with you here. I'm just going to simply ask spirit what you need to hear at this time, and I'm going to look it up in the book. So, and I also would like you, Nisa, to just put your awareness into that same alignment with me. What do I need to know from spirit? Okay, so Nisa, tap in with me here, and I'm just going to literally go like this. I'm going to go at the book. Okay, I got a cheetah. Things will speed up for you for a while, but be assured you'll move gracefully through the cycle. Increase your flexibility by daily stretches, perhaps taking a regular yoga class for the next few months. You must respond without hesitation to the opportunity that has recently presented itself. Don't get caught up in a trap of rigid thinking and acting, but instead remain flexible and willing to change course as quickly as situations demand. Very interesting. I would just keep that in your awareness about being that flexibility, Nisa, because quite often we do kind of get into that moment where we're not flexible. So I think the biggest message here is remaining flexible, being able to go with the flow. And going with the flow also leans into you've got to trust. Okay, Wesley. I've been seeing cats triggering the motion sensor on our video doorbell. Could that be some sort of spirit sign? Yeah, Wesley, it could be some sort of spirit sign. So I will look up cat for you, Mr. Wesley. This is the period where self-sufficiency and trust in your own capabilities is necessary. Honor your sensuality by dancing slowly and graceful and easy movements, and by enjoying touch and physical intimacy. Listen closely to your intuitive guidance, as it's likely an ancestor who is one of your spirit guides trying to communicate with you. This is a period of magic and mystery for you, so pay close attention to signs and omens that will guide and direct you. So Wesley, you got to tap into your own intuition. You got to tap into allowing yourself to move easily with some grace. That go with the flow again has come up. And a period of magic and mystery. I love that. Pay close attention to signs. I love that. So Wesley, thank you so much for your question. All right, let's just see where we need to go. Lunar, I'm pulled to just simply ask again. So if you can just come with me and just kind of ask, what do I need to know? What messages from me from spirit animals? I'm going to look one up for you the same way I did for Nisa. So what do you need to know? And I'm just going to allow the book to open where it needs to. I'm going to trust it. And a jaguar, some cat stuff coming out today, eh? Focus on what you want with clear and and unequivocal intention, and stay with it. It's a successful conclusion. You're going to experience an awakening or a deepening of your psychic vision. Ooh, their inner knowing is going to come into clarity. You've been very patient, and you're just about to manifest the key to prosperity and beneficial outcomes. So as soon as the next opportunity appears, take a leap and go for it. Keep your plans and intentions to yourself. That is a very important piece, and I'll talk about that in a moment. I read that already. Keep your plans and intentions to yourself, not to be secretive, but so that they will gain power. That is a powerful. That is a powerful message. The one thing about our plans and our intentions, keeping them to ourselves, the book is so right. It's not to keep secrets, but when we work on our own manifesting, it's our energy and our energy only that gets put into it. So when we share too much, we actually pull in other people's energy. And even though many people may love us and want the best for us, if we're open to pick up other people's energy towards something, so just for it as an example only, let's just say I'm sharing with Nisa. I'll just use Nisa as an example. Let's say I'm sharing something with Nisa that I've been working on with my spirituality or my manifesting, and let's say Nisa isn't overly happy for me, or let's say she's got a lot of negative feelings towards what I'm doing. If I'm open to receive that from Nisa, it actually affects my manifesting, because it shifts me sometimes out of your own belief system, out of your own what you want. And you've got to be very careful what you're open to, because we can be affected by other people's energy. So always make sure that you're protecting yourself, and always kind of work privately on your own personal stuff. Sometimes it really does help when you kind of keep your focus all to yourself. It truly does. I have played with that vibration quite a bit, and I always make sure that I have my manifestations, my altar, the things that I'm working on. That is that is very personal for me. That is something between me and them. And I keep that very sacred. There's a very sacred piece to all of us in our own spiritual growth. Nisa, thank you. Oh, I love that. Can you recommend a good spirit animal book? I love the Stephen Farmer one. I'll just kind of hold it up there for you. So it's by Dr. Stephen Farmer. It's the pocket guide. The reason I use the pocket guide is because it can come everywhere with me. You can Google spirit animals, the meaning of. You might get a couple different versions of what that means, because there are some different translations. But I have been using the Stephen Farmer book. I think this is like my fourth copy, because I take it everywhere with me when I'm working. And I look them up for clients. If I will often see them in a reading, I'll be like, okay, I see this spirit animal, but I'm not connecting it to counsel. I'm connecting it more to a message that they need to know. So I will look them up. Amber, which spirit animal is with me today? Amber, I always have to trust when I ask, and what I'm really feeling, Amber, here is I'm picking up on a little fairy, actually, and I kind of looked 3 times because we asked for an animal and I saw a fairy, so I have to give you this message from this fairy. Amber, I really feel that this fairy is fairly new. I don't feel that she's been with you very long. Like literally just a couple of weeks that she's come in. She's bringing a lot of magic to you, a lot of magic that is still within you. And she's been trying to encourage you to pull it up and pull it out, and kind of lean in there with believing in magic. I'm also seeing a little hummingbird all of a sudden, little tiny wings for you. So let's look up the hummingbird for you, Amber, as a message. You need to be very flexible with twists and turns that your life may take. Put more emotional sweetness into your life. You need it. Now that's magic. Emotional sweetness is magic. You're going through some very heart-opening kinds of experiences, and you will quite naturally draw more love into your life. Openly express the love you have and feel. Openly express the love you have and feel for those important people in your life. Give yourself the gift of many flowers as you can. Spread them around your home and enjoy the sight and fragrance through the days to come. Well, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, I joined a little fairy. Yeah, I asked for a spirit animal and I got a fairy. I was like, oh, okay. Sometimes you don't get exactly what you asked for. Jennifer, I recently purchased the book on Kindle, so it's on my phone. Oh, there we go. There's a good idea, Jen. I never thought of that. I guess I'm still a little old school. I need the paper copy. I've been good with manifesting since I was a kid, although I've been struggling with this one thing I've worked so hard for so long. Haven't seen any results, but only failures. Let me just have a sip of my tea here while I tap into that. Okay, so I have come up against this too. I have come up against where I have been manifesting and manifesting and manifesting, and failure or blocks is kind of what comes up. So what I do is I will sit with spirit. I always ask for my highest good. If something is not for my highest good, it might be the timing of it. It might not be that I'm not meant to have it, but it might be that it's not right now. So what I continue to do on my altar is I leave that I leave that on my altar that I'm manifesting it. And I just say to spirit, I'm willing when the time is right, if it's for my highest good. And because when we lean into manifesting, if we're asking for our highest good, we got to lean into spirit that if it's not for our highest good, I don't want to pick it up, or if it's not the divine timing of it. And in divine timing is a very powerful topic. I love talking about timing because I know I have asked and asked and asked. I've talked about this before. I ask and ask and ask, and spirit will say to me, "It's not right now." And I have said, "Yeah, but I want it now." And there were a couple times on my journey where spirit said, "Okay, you think you're ready for that? Here you go." And it was like gong show. I wasn't ready. And I was like, okay, oh, I get it now. And I learned by that gong show, the gong show experiences, that it truly wasn't time for that in my life at that moment. And I just allowed it, and I learned from it, and then I put it back on my manifesting table. And sure enough, within a period of time, I was ready to step into that next period of my life. And I think that that's really important, that we kind of lean into that. Romina, I know it's not on the topic, but my mom just told me to ask about my nightmares, about the nightmares she's having. Okay, so when I lean into that, I feel that she's holding on, and I need to kind of get her to sit with that whole letting go process. I'm really into I think just this, and it feels like old stuff for me. It feels like there's some old stuff in there that she kind of hasn't just kind of let go of, and I think that it's kind of bubbling up in her subconscious at night. I'm not picking up on anything that is heavy coming to her. I'm feeling more of it's time to let some stuff go. It's time to do a little bit of that healing work. It's time to kind of sit and say, what's in my backpack of life that I've been carrying around that I need to unpack. Sometimes our dreams and our nightmares can come from what we're holding on to. And I'm leaning in that she's holding on to something right there. I'll trust that, right? Okay, perfect. Camilla, is there a way to find out the name of the wolf? I thought it was Aikiga, which means don't leave as a child, but that's not a name. Camilla, it doesn't have to be a standard name. If you feel that, if that was what you feel and that's what you think, I would trust that. I would just simply trust that. We can give a name to a spirit animal, and just based on how it feels to us, I would simply trust that. If that's what your thought is, then I would go with that. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Sanja. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, hon. I'm very connected to animals since childhood, especially with dogs and goats. Does this mean that they're my spirit animals? When we feel a strong connection to an animal, they can very much be part of our spirit council. I'm really pulled to this goat. I really feel pulled to look up that goat for you. So I'm going to look up the meaning of the goat and to see if any of this resonates with you. Um, the goat talks a lot about relationships here. Be very discerning regarding your relationships, trusting your senses and intuition over rational and the logical mind. Stop butting your head against the wall, trying to get through to someone who isn't accessible. Ask for the support you need in spite of any fear of being vulnerable. Keep moving forward step by step toward whatever goal you're after, trusting that you'll be able to climb over any obstacles and know that if you should slip, you'll always land on your feet. It's critical that you spend time outdoors and immerse yourself in nature. You're in limbo right now, so allow yourself some expression in a variety of creative and harmless ways. Oh, I love that. I love that. Um, when it comes to how we feel, I always say you need to trust that. So if you are pulled, or if you have, like, let's say, you really like an animal, like you just described, that I just love goats, or I just love dogs, or I'm really pulled to, eagles. I can't get enough of the eagle. When you feel that way, trust that is a spirit animal that's on your spirit council. You can trust your own intuition. You can trust your own feeling. That is you resonating to your spirit council and who's on it, right? And quite often with the spirit guides, it's the same thing with the spirit guides. Let's just say you're really pulled to a specific time frame, or you're really pulled to a specific feeling. You're really pulled to this inner knowing. You got to lean in there and trust it. That's your personal connection. We all have this personal connection to the spirit dimensions, and it comes to us in form of what resonates to us, or what really makes our heart sing, or what takes us back into that. That is just so magical. Whenever I see, this animal or this bird or this butterfly, it stops me in my tracks, and it just fills me with joy. And that's your connection to it. Right? So I always like to teach, and spirit loves to teach. Start trusting that a little bit more. Amber, spot on. Needed to hear it so bad. Love it. Love it. It should resonate with you, right? It should resonate with you. So start trusting that. Let me just scroll through here. Off to hockey. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Oh, Jen, I'm off to hockey later this afternoon as well. Yes, tomorrow, if anybody is local, Jen is fairly local to me. The Hawk and I is hosting a holistic fair to raise money for Nutrition for Learning. So I won't be live tomorrow. I will try and take some video footage though. So we're going to have some readers and healers, and we've got some crafters, and we've got some amazing vendors that will be there. And I'm very excited. So Jen, thank you so much for your support and coming out tomorrow to support Nutrition for Learning for our region. Giving back is, something that is very dear to my heart. And I'm really looking forward to this event. Do spirit animals have earthly experiences as well? Well, that's a really good question. Sometimes they can be an evolved soul, 100% that have had physical world or other dimensional experiences. And sometimes they are literally ascended souls from the spirit dimensions that have come to help us. Have you announced the Zoom meeting yet? No, but that date is coming. I will be putting that up this weekend on when the Zoom meeting will be, and what it is completely free. But I am going to be asking you for a little favor in order to join. So that will be fun. Can we have multiple spirit animals or councils or guides? Really, really good question. Absolutely. We can have multiple spirit animals or guides, and they do and can and quite often change. And the reason for that is the reason why they change is because we need certain things and certain messages and certain guidance depending on our choice and free will, and depending on what we're going through on our journey. So remember, we signed up for our experiences, we chose our experiences, and then we have choice and free will how we navigate through them. And then the angelics and our spirit animals and our spirit guides and source energy is supporting us and helping us and guiding us through that learning. So depending on how our learning goes, and depending on what we're navigating through, they do change, which is why I call it a staff change. And I've had many staff changes, and I have spirit guides that I've worked with for a very long time that step back. And I recently had one that worked with me in my younger years. And I hadn't seen her or connected with her in quite some time. And very recently, like this past week, she showed up. And when she showed up, I was a little bit taken back because she navigated me through a very interesting time in my life. And she had a new message for me. And I was very, very much taken back with seeing her again, and it was an absolutely magical period. Can you lean into what you see as my spirit animal is, or anything from my guides? Arlene, why don't I just ask? So why don't I just ask what you need? I need you to set your intention as well. What do I need to hear from a spirit animal? Is your energy is going to guide this as well? I'm just holding the intention for you, so I'm just going to ask, and I'll give you a moment to ask, and then I'm just going to open the book on what you need. Oh, you got the crow as well. So the crow, I'll read that again. You're on the verge of manifesting something you've been working toward for a while. Be very watchful over the next couple of days for any clear omens or signs that will guide you and teach you. Expect big change soon. You've been noticing something that's out of balance or an injustice that hasn't been addressed. And it's important to speak up about it. Speaking your truth, right? I think I might sit back in that. Is there something that I'm not speaking on? That I just had an aha moment because the crow was what came into my awareness this morning. You're about to get a glimpse into some future event that affects you directly. Good. Life as Mikuk, okay? Can you please ask for me? All right. So again, just setting your intentions. What do I need to hear? What do I need to know? Any guidance for me? Just kind of asking that. And then we'll stop at a kingfisher. So a kingfisher is a type of bird. Make it a point to express yourself clearly and concisely with everyone you communicate with. So there's that throat chakra. For the next 7 days, set aside a few minutes in a quiet place where there is no chance of intrusions or interruptions, and simply contemplate without any particular structure or restrictions to your thinking. Meditation. Just allow. Take the plunge into this project or relationship with confidence and let go of any doubt or fear because you will be successful. Get daily exercise that involves both cardio and muscular elements. You are at the initial stages of a cycle of abundance and prosperity, so welcome and receive it. Ooh, that is a nice one. That is a nice one. The throat chakras come up a couple times there too. So speaking our truth from a very loving place. My therapist also tells me to meditate. Ha ha ha. Yeah, time to give yourself some space, the quieting of the mind, right? It's so important. And if you're being told that, and here's something very interesting. So again, with the listening, so if we get repeat messages, so your therapist is telling you, the spirit animal book is telling you, time to listen. That's extremely important. We do get repeat messages because they're relentless, right? They truly are relentless on getting through to us. That is so on point. Can't believe this. Yep. Arlene, I thank Crow this morning for helping chase off the falcon from my chicken flock. Ha, love it. Love it. So, why don't I ask for a collective message for the group? So why don't we just kind of do this? This is going to be a lot of fun. I just need another sip of my tea. So let's collectively ask, what do I need to hear? Right? So let's all ask that. What do I need to hear? Okay. So what do I need to hear? I'll stop when I feel like I'm guided to stop for the group. Whoops. Okay, mongoose. When it's necessary to defend yourself, do so with absolute courage, honesty, and openness, and the outcome will be beneficial to you and to all parties. Pursue your goals actively with passion, and you'll get the results that you want. This is a good time to clear up and clear out any annoying distractions, problems, or situations that interfere with your well-being. Clean up the clutter. That's both physical and mental. Clean up the clutter. I was just literally doing some of that work getting ready for the new year. Um, clean up the clutter, which clean up the clutter on things which bug you and which interferes with your productivity and your ability to relax. So let's pick that apart. Let's pick that apart. I don't think I've ever read the Mongoose before. Isn't that interesting? So let's break this down. When it's necessary to defend yourself, do so with absolute courage, honesty, and openness, and the outcome will be beneficial to you and to all parties concerned. So that's your authentic self. That's living from who you really are, the essence of who you really are. Sometimes we need to stand up in our own truth, and that's what that sentence means. It doesn't mean get ready to fight when the word defend. It means coming into your authentic self. So we all need to lean into that a little bit more, don't we? Pursue your goals actively and with passion, and you'll get the results. I think sometimes we lean into a lot of fear. I've been there myself where, you know what if it's the wrong thing to do? And what if it never happens? What if I'm on the wrong path? We do all go there, don't we? So, that I think is very powerful, to pursue our passions, to follow our heart, to trust. This is a good time to clear up and clear out any annoying distractions or problems or situations that interfere in your well-being. I just got a little bit, some goosebumps here run through me. That is very suiting for this time of the year. So we are, in the last phases of 2022. I've talked about this on the channel this week on a live. It is time to take a look at what we do not need to bring forward into the new year. It's time to clean that up. It really is. I have been working on that because I want to go into 2023 is going to be a big year. And I don't want to go into 2023 with a whole bunch of stuff and bumps and bruises, from this year. I really want to process it and kind of sit with those lessons and clean it up. It also leans into the physical clutter too. Are there things that need to go? I'm a minimalist. I don't struggle with that part. I'm really good at somebody else can use this. But that interference that affects our well-being, that's those things that we have. That's the unhealed pieces. Those are the things that we need to look at, right? And sometimes, and I'm going to say this as lovingly as I possibly can, because I'm hearing it from spirit. Sometimes that is people. Sometimes we need to, with love, always with love. I always do it with love. I need to just step back and just kind of observe and not absorb anymore. I've done the best that I can. I've cheered for you. You're on your own learning path. It reminds me to stay in my own lane. I'm gonna stay in my lane, and you got to stay in your lane, and I got to put a conscious effort into that. Oh, I love this. This is really a profound message for a collective group of people at this time of year as we're coming into a new year. I love that. I love that. I've literally been doing that as much as I can this last couple of weeks. Good for you, EC Puff. Good for you. And I think it's a very good reminder. And we all know these things, but I think we struggle to practice them, don't we? And that's what the messages are from Spirit, is to this is what you need to start practicing. This is kind of what we would like you to work on. This is what we'd like you to work on. I do have to get ready for my day. I am seeing a dog this morning to tap in and tune in to see what's going on with him. So I do have to get ready for my day. I do hope that you enjoyed this segment this morning on spirit animals. It is a really fun topic. Play with it. Start looking them up. If you start seeing animals that keep coming into your awareness, that's the third time I've seen a deer this week, or that's the third time I've seen a crow this week, or I keep getting a chatty crow showing up all the time. Look it up. See what resonates there for you, because 100% of the time there's a message. And I love it. As always, love, light, blessings, and a spirit guided day. Take care, my friends.